Let's meet two men, Arthur and Leo. Arthur is the guy the world sees as a winner. He's got a penthouse apartment, a car that costs more than a house, and a net worth with more commas than a long sentence. He has everything money can buy. But his life is built on a shaky foundation of anxiety. He is a weak, rich man. What if I told you that a man with nothing could be more powerful than a man who has everything? In the battle for a truly rich life, the winner isn't always who you'd think. We've been taught to chase wealth, believing it's the ultimate source of strength. But what if that's a lie? Today, we're exploring two lives: a poor man who has mastered the art of living, and a rich man who's a prisoner of his own fortune. By the end, you'll see who holds the real advantage, and the answer might just change how you define success. Then there's Leo. He lives in a small apartment in a working-class neighborhood. His bank account is a constant source of stress, and he's all too familiar with the hustle of making ends meet. Yet, he has a different kind of currency: resilience, resourcefulness, and a community that's got his back. He is a strong, poor man. Their stories aren't just about money, they're about two completely different philosophies on life. To find out which one holds the key to real power, we're going to put them through two identical tests. Two crises designed to strip away everything but the core of who they really are. The tale of two lives, the financial shock. Our first test is a financial earthquake. Overnight, the market plummets, and an investment fund that was supposed to be a sure thing completely collapses. For Arthur, the weak rich man, this is a catastrophe. He loses almost a third of his portfolio. Suddenly, the numbers on the screen aren't just numbers. They feel like a direct attack on his identity. His entire sense of self-worth is tied to his wealth, and panic sets in. He spends his days glued to the financial news and his nights staring at the ceiling. He yells at his advisors, not because he wants a solution, but because he needs someone to blame. He is utterly alone in his glass tower. His friends are transactional, they show up for the lavish parties and the networking, but now that he's in a moment of fear, his phone is silent. He has the money to survive the financial storm, but he lacks the emotional tools. His wealth, which was meant to give him security, has become the very source of his insecurity and isolation. He doesn't own his money owns him. His weakness isn't a lack of funds, it's his inability to face adversity without falling apart. Now, let's look at Leo. The same day the market crashes, the factory where he works announces massive layoffs. His name is on the list. For him, this isn't a number on a screen. It's the immediate, gut-wrenching fear of not being able to make rent. The fear is real. He lets himself feel it for one evening. But the next morning, Leo's strength takes over. He doesn't have financial advisors, but he has a different kind of portfolio, a network of real relationships. He calls his cousin, a plumber, who knows a contractor looking for some temporary labor. It's tough work, but it's an income. He talks to his neighbor, a single mom whose car he helped fix last month. She offers to watch his kids while he looks for a permanent job. He finds a posting on a community board for a part-time dishwasher at a local restaurant. Leo's strength is his resourcefulness. He understands that real security doesn't come from a single paycheck, but from his ability to adapt and lean on his community. His life is a testament to the idea that your mindset can be your most powerful asset. While books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad focus on building financial assets, Leo's story shows that the ability to solve problems is its own form of wealth. He doesn't have a cash safety net, but he has the social capital of a community built on mutual support. A type of wealth that can't be wiped out in a market crash. The tale of two lives, the health crisis. Our second test is a health crisis. Both men are diagnosed with a serious but treatable condition that requires surgery and a long recovery. For Arthur, money makes the logistics disappear. He's immediately admitted to the most exclusive private hospital with the nation's top surgeon. He has a private room with a view, and every physical need is met. But the silence in that room is deafening. His family visits, but their conversations are shallow and strained, mostly focused on when he'll be back to normal and running his business again. His recovery is eaten away by anxiety. He's constantly worried about the deals he's missing. His weakness is on full display again. Without his identity as a powerful, rich man, he feels like a nobody. He's surrounded by the best medical tech money can buy, but he's emotionally starving. Research shows that after a certain income level, more money doesn't necessarily buy more happiness. Things like purpose and relationships become the currency that truly matters. Arthur has all the money in the world, but none of the currency that counts right now. Leo's journey starts very differently. Getting the diagnosis is a nightmare. Navigating the public health system is a frustrating challenge, and the wait for surgery is agonizing. He's terrified about the loss of income and the burden this will place on his family. Let's be clear, these are the brutal realities of poverty that should never be romanticized. There is absolutely no nobility in struggling to get medical care. But when Leo comes home after surgery, his real wealth shines. His small apartment is buzzing with life. His sister organizes a meal train, so for a month, he doesn't have to worry about cooking. Friends from the neighborhood stop by, not just to check on him, but to watch a game, share stories, or just sit with him in comfortable silence. His kids read to him. His physical recovery is tough, but he isn't alone in his fight. The community he has poured his time and energy into for years is now paying him back. This social support is a powerful medicine for his stress and a critical part of his healing. Leo's strength isn't just his own resilience, it's the collective power of his relationships. These bonds create a sense of safety and belonging that no amount of money can ever buy. The analysis, the real definition of strength. So after seeing these two men get hit by crisis, who is truly winning? Arthur, the rich man, looks strong on the outside. He has power, status, and endless resources. But his strength is just a performance. Underneath all the noise is a fragile ego, terrified of losing control. He has outsourced his resilience to his bank account, and as a result, his spirit has weakened. His wealth has become a golden cage, isolating him from the very things that give life meaning: real connection, purpose, and inner peace. Leo, on the other hand, looks weak by society's standards. He's vulnerable to financial shocks and systemic disadvantages. However, his struggles have forced him to build a different kind of power. He embodies a core lesson from financial literature. True wealth begins with how you think. His financial intelligence isn't about the stock market. It's about solving problems and finding opportunities where others only see dead ends. So where does his strength come from? It boils down to three key things. First, mental resilience. He's faced hardship before and knows he can get through it. He doesn't fall apart when things go wrong because his identity isn't tied to his circumstances. Second, resourcefulness. He is a master of turning what he has into what he needs. He has practical skills and isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. He proves that working smarter means using all your resources, not just cash. Third, social capital. He has invested in his community with kindness, trust, and mutual respect. That network provides a safety net that is far more durable and responsive than any insurance policy. The weak rich man is a symbol of a world where wealth is concentrated, but trust and connection have faded. The strong poor man represents the enduring power of community and the human spirit's ability to thrive, not because of a lack of resources, but despite it. At the end of the day, the winner in the game of life isn't the person with the most money. The winner is the person who has the most control over their own happiness and the resilience to handle life's storms. The weak rich man, Arthur, isn't truly rich. He is a poor man with a lot of money, trapped in a cycle of fear and dependency. The strong poor man, Leo, isn't truly poor. He has an inner wealth that gives him freedom, purpose, and the strength to build a meaningful life no matter the number in his bank account. His foundation is solid rock, while Arthur's is built on sand. True strength isn't about avoiding failure or hardship. It's about how you respond when they show up. It's knowing that your value isn't determined by your net worth, but by your character, your relationships, and the quiet resilience you carry inside you. So, I have to ask you, what is your definition of a truly rich life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might just be the one that helps someone else redefine their own success.